The only way to improve the efficiency of this furnace would be to build 2 of them. Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Fog's World. Welcome back. So, last episode we dug most of the rest of the base out, did a little bit in terms of finishing touches, connecting things with tunnels. And this time, I'm to the point where I can't do much more on the base without a lot of glass. So what I need... Ouch. That could have gone smoother. What I really need is I need an industrial furnace. And, oh, I've got a fantastic design for one. Oh, yes. And this is just going to be just the place right here. We are going to build us a furnace that's going to go right here. Now, in order to do this... I've got a couple of choices. I could build it set back, or I could build it flush with the wall here. I think I want it flush with the wall, but the only downside to making it flush with the wall is that I'm going to have to lose this ladder here. So maybe I build it recessed after all. Yeah, maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll build it recessed, like right in here. I wasn't going to, but now that I think about it, I think I might have to do that. So let's do a little bit of excavation. I think I'm going to get a little bit of diorite for the floor there. So let's go do that. Don't need very much. And let's go ahead and unload some of the... Whoops. Let's unload some tools, because I don't need all these tools. Don't need that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, definitely don't need that. We'll keep Stabby McStabbington just in case. But really, I mean, and we don't need that either right now. And so I think we're good with just this for now. It'll do. Let's get some nourishment. Okay, so the furnace that I'm going to build, I'm super excited with. And let me tell you why. So I did a lot of experimentation, and I came up with a design that I really like. Oh, I really like this design. And the reason I like it so much is all the flaws that I'm used to having with industrial furnaces, this thing solves. Okay, wait a minute. How deep is this? This is just 1 deep. I may have to lose some of the water here. Oh, hello. Whoa, that was a little glitch going on there. That was weird. So I may have to lose some of that. Yeah, because I don't think it's deep enough. Oh, do I want to build it here then? Maybe I build it on the other side. Yeah. Okay, reluctantly, I believe I have to build on the other side because I don't want to remove the water. I need that water so that I can get into the lagoon. So, not happy about that, but yeah, okay, we're gonna fill this back in. We'll build it on the other side. We're gonna build over here. Didn't want to, but I don't really think I've got a good choice. This side, I don't have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and, yeah, now I want that stuff, huh? Okay. Yeah, we'll replace the ladders on the side here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll do it here. Yeah. So, and again, we're going to build it recessed a little bit. So it's going to go right back in here. So before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, what we're going to do differently, the thing that I wanted out of this is I want to have a design that maximizes the conversion for, you know, the cooking, but that also is silent. I don't want it to make any noise. So I have come up with what I believe to be just a fantastic design. Okay, so I've got what I believe to be just an awesome design. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put a single hopper back here just so that I have something that I can test this with. What we need here is we need a way to raise up the drops, and we need it to be silent. This is going to take the drops and put them into a chest that we're going to put right here. It's going to go here and on that space as well. But for now, I need to clear out this space so that I can build the item elevator. So let's go ahead and do this now. As you know, traditional style item elevators no longer work. The old, you know, stick them next to a fence post and have the fence post rise up into the sky. That doesn't work anymore. So we have to get a little more creative. And that means we have to use droppers, which is a little annoying to say the least, but that's okay. Let's see, we need you and you and you and you. And yeah, so we got to have things there, 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 and there, and there. There, and there, and there. Okay. So this is going to do, you know, we've seen this before. It's a simple ejector mechanism. And this should not look surprising to anybody, right? The other thing that I wanted is I wanted this thing to operate as fast as humanly possible. So I needed a design that would let me raise these guys up super fast, and that would raise it up super fast, and that would do it silently. So that's what we're working on here. Let's go ahead and backfill this because this is bigger than we needed. So for now, that's going to do, we got you here. Okay, so the missing ingredient here is we need you there, and we got to cap you so that you don't cross you, although technically that doesn't matter so much, but I'd like it not to. And then we put a block here with, oh, wait a minute, what did I do? This needs, yeah, that's what I'm missing. I need a repeater right there. Okay, so what this does is this powers, so let me back up. We'll explain this. So the comparator down there will turn on whenever anything enters that lower dropper. And that's going to set this little clock moving right here. And this clock's moving pretty much as fast as it can move. And what that'll do, at least as fast as it can move and be silent. And this is going to cause this block to turn on at the same time it powers that block. And that's going to enable it to move these guys up too and right into there with no loss and with no sound. So I should put 7 here, and they should show up in the chest with no ticks. Should be silent. And there they are. Perfectly silent. How about that, huh? Huh? Pretty awesome, isn't it? Isn't it? You know it is. Okay, so there I've got my diorite. I can take this guy out. I can put you there. And we're going to put you here. Droop right there. And you know what I did? Sigh. I think I may have built this too far forward. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I built that at the right place. I'm okay. I'm cool. That's cool. So we're going to put diorite here like that. Again, we need to have the block there so that things won't spill over. But anyway, there we go. That should work. And then we're going to put this other chest block, right? Actually, let me put that there just to cover that up. Put that chest block right there. And we can do a little bit of fill here if we really want. Let's go ahead and do some of that. We're going to backfill all of this. Did I just change that? I think I did. Oh, no, because it's not. I thought it was a repeater, but it's not. Okay. So we'll go ahead and fill this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and remove this because I'm going to need to be able to get back in here for the rest of the construction anyway. So this is where the things are going to come back out. So if I put my polished diorite in there, it should silently come up here, and it does. And that's about as fast as you can make a dropper elevator work. So I'm pretty happy with that. No sound, no extra noises, nothing fancy. It just works. And let's go ahead and stick a torch right there because I'm going to need to do some excavation. All right, so that's it for the start. This is where our output's going to be. Our input is going to be in a chest right here. And this is where we're going to put our fuel. And then there's going to be a chest right above here for our other stuff. Yeah. The chest up there is going to be for the not the fuel, the thing we're cooking. That's it. Yes, for the thing we're cooking. Sorry, brain fart, not working very well. Brain not working. It's okay. All right, we're going to come down in here. We're going to open up a bunch of this. We've got to go. We need to make room for 27 furnaces. And 27 is an important number for a couple of reasons, which you will see after we build this. But let me go ahead and consult my notes and figure out exactly where this all starts, and I will get busy with it. All right, so we need to excavate room for 27 furnaces, and that means we start right here. The first furnace is going to go on top of a hopper right there. So right here is where the first furnace is going to go, right here. But we need to have room for it, so we're going to go ahead and do a bunch of excavation here. And yeah, we gotta go back a ways. So let me start digging. One. All right, so this is where the furnaces are going to go. So let's go ahead and get them in place before we do anything else. Boom, 27 furnaces. It's a beautiful thing. All right, next up, we need to have room to get 27 hoppers feeding into the back of this thing. So let's start excavating. They need to go in the top as well, but we'll start with the back. All right, I need to do a little bit of more clearing out here to make room for the rest of the mechanism. So let me go take a look at my notes, make sure I've got this set up the way I want it so that I can build the rest of this before I start putting in hoppers, which are going to end up feeding through everything. So let's get busy and do that. So we go 2 above there, and then we have a row that runs along there. This guy's blocks go here. All right, let's start placing some hoppers. I'm going to have to do some more excavation than this, but this is a start. So we're going to have hoppers going into the side and into the bottom like this. And then in the back here, we have a comparator. that can tell when this row of hoppers has something in it. And then we need one above that as well. So there's going to be a comparator here that can tell when this row of hoppers has something in it. And this guy is going to feed into some blocks here. So we have a block there, and a block right there. Clear out some of this, like this. So this guy goes into a repeater. Whoops, come on. Right here, set it 1 tick. That's not a repeater. And that's not working. Okay. There. Repeater set there at 1 tick. And then this guy is going to create a row of blocks at this level. Let me go ahead and we're going to get ready to open that up. I'm going to put a torch back in here to keep this lit so stuff won't spawn back in here. That should give me more or less what I need here. Okay, so this guy is going to have a line of redstone going out that way, which I will fill in a bit. This guy oh, come on. Whoops. Right. So there's a repeater that goes here, hopper there. Okay. And there'll be a line of hoppers there, there. Yeah, that's right. And then we also need a row of bricks that comes through here. So let's go ahead and drop down some torches down here. Make sure that is all lit down there. And I think we're going to have what we need here, pretty much. Okay, so this guy has something similar on the other side. So let's get him going. He gets one of them, and one of them, and one of them. Like this, right? And we put a repeater there, and we put redstone there, and then this becomes a whole line of blocks right in here, and this has got to be too high right here. And we'll put a torch here to light this up, and we're just going to run this right down here. Okay, and that's what we need there. So you go right here. We're going to open up this top a bit so that I can climb up. And get redstone there and there. And that's where you go. Now, below my feet right here, we're going to build another row of blocks. So we get a row of blocks that's going to go right here. We need redstone all along this. Perfect. Then we come over here. We're going to put redstone all along this as well. Let me out. Okay, so now right here things change a little bit. This spot right there is the last one. And what we're going to do here is this guy we got to count exactly 15 from the end. And we are going to put a torch at just the right spot here. Now, the easiest way I know to do this is we're just going to put a torch. Oh, no, dang it. Forgot about that. We got to open up the top. Because otherwise it's going to do that little thingy. We're going to have a burnout clock, and I don't want a burnout clock. So let's open this up. Technically, I could leave some of these, but I'm not going to. I'm going to open them all. So there we go. Make it easier to get through here anyway. Okay, so like I said, we're going to put a torch right here. And this needs to go all the way to the end, which it is. So maybe I don't have it in the right spot. because it's got to just barely make it to the end. So let's go ahead and do that and see where we at. Okay, so see, this one's stopping too short, so we got to move it over 2. So from here, we're going to move over 1, 2, right there. Boom. That's exactly where it should go, right there. Perfect. Now, if this one right here were lit, that torch would go off. See that? And likewise, if this one down here is lit, right there, then that torch should go off. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, that's exactly what we want. Now we need to do the same thing on the other side. So let's get busy and do that. And that goes there, and that goes there. And we'll wire up the rest of that in a little bit, but not quite yet. So let's come down here. We got to place this guy in exactly the same spot as that one. Right there. So right there should be the same spot. Let's go ahead and do these. So these hoppers go right here. Right. Okay, so these are the hoppers that feed the furnaces, and you'll notice that by default they're locked, so nothing can fall in them. So now we're going to go ahead and do the furnaces up above the top. These are the not the furnaces, the hoppers. These hoppers are going to be used to distribute the materials evenly across the hoppers below. Okay, so in case it isn't obvious, what happens here is as soon as an item reaches this hopper right there, this comparator will turn on. That will turn that torch off over there, which will drop this line and allow everything that's backed up in these furnaces to drop into the furnace below, or into the hoppers below. Anything backed up in these hoppers will drop into these hoppers, into the furnaces down here, or into the hoppers above them anyway. So that's how that works. Now we got to finish this by doing the detection circuit that goes on the opposite side. And what we're doing here, we're going to build a little deal that, come on. We are going to build a little circuit over here that will detect when there is items in these hoppers. And whenever there is, whenever there's items here, it's going to hold that line up until it reaches the opposite side. So the way we're going to do that is we need to put a comparator, comparator right there into there. Now, we do have a slight problem though. This line here is going to affect that comparator. We don't want that. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to break this block. We're going to put a trip hook right there. And what that does is it redirects this line of redstone into that trip hook. Now, this is actually an incorrect, this is a rendering glitch. This redstone, although it appears to connect to that comparator, with that trip hook there, this does not actually connect to that comparator. So this is actually deflecting the redstone over there, so it won't affect that comparator. And I could demonstrate that by removing that, but I won't because that'll mess everything up, so I'm not going to do it. Let's go ahead and do the same thing up here. This guy goes in here. This trip hook goes right there. You see how it turns like that? And then we put our comparator right there. And then the last thing we need to do to make this work is put that right there. Put that. So this comparator, when there's an item in this hopper, this comparator will turn on. It will turn that off, which will drop that line, which will allow that light to turn on, which will allow things to drop below. I mean, will prevent things from dropping below because that light's going to turn on when this is full of something. Yeah, all confusing, but trust me, that's the way it works. So let's go ahead and block this off. I think I think we are about ready to go. Let's make sure we got adequate light back here. I don't want anything spawning in here. Yeah, there's plenty of light here. Okay, we're good. So this side is done. Excuse me. This side is done, pretty much. Let's go ahead and drop this down. I'm going to put a single ladder right here so that I can get in and out of this little area right here. So I have a way to get back in here and watch everything operate. And now all we need to do to test this out, oh, come on, there we go, is put in the rest of our chests like this. And I want also to use these brick stairs above the chests like that, so that I can, yeah, like this, like that. Let's open this up too, boom, like that. And we need a chest right, we need one of these here as well, like that. And I'm going to get rid of you for now. So the reason I'm using stairs, of course, is so that these things will still open, because otherwise the chests won't open. We're going to put you... there. No, not you. Uh-oh, that's a problem. Oh, it's going to mess everything up. This could be a problem. You weren't supposed to go there. So let's do this. Let's put a torch right here. That'll lock these guys so that I can remove you, collect you both, put this hopper back. Should be nothing in there. Good. And collect you. Okay, good. Got it. Okay, because what I really wanted to put there was that. And then I want to put this chest right here and here. So we have all our chests in place now. That's good. Let's go ahead and put the stone brick here, because that's the way we wanted to decorate this. So let's go ahead and finish this. I'm going to leave that open for now so I can get in and make sure it's operating correctly. We should be ready to go. We should be all ready to go. Okay, good. Good. So let's go we got to do some stuff. Let me unload some materials because I don't need any of this anymore. And get some stuff to load this up, and we'll give her a test. All right, step one, let's test the fueling side. I have exactly 9 and 4, 13 and a half. I have 13 and a half stacks of blaze rods. Since there are 27 of these hoppers in a row, I should be able to get those furnaces loaded up with exactly 32 blaze rods each by just loading them all in here. And you can see they drain. As they drain, this thing turns off because it detects that there's something in there. That holds this on, which means all of these things are going to fill all the way to that one. And once they get there, this will detect that they're there. That flashes, this turns off, it drops them down. So that should happen 32 times. If I come down below, these should all have an even number of blaze rods all across. That's 2, that's 2, that's 2, that's 2, now it's 3. So now they're all 3. And we're just going to let that go. So this is clearly working. Okay, so this will keep running until this empties of blaze rods. Once that happens, then we shall be done with loading up the furnaces. So sand goes in, We use blaze rods to cook it. Glass comes out. All right, so now let's load this all up with our sand. We have 9 stacks of sand, and those are going to evenly distribute across this whole thing. We should see this whole row of furnaces all turn on at once. Boom, all of them. Perfect. And now that they're all on at once, they'll start cooking. And now this will start pumping out glass. There you go. Now, this thing right here, the defining factor of the speed of this machine, there are so many furnaces here that the thing up at the top, all those hoppers at the top are barely fast enough to keep this thing loaded. See, look at that. As soon as one goes away, there's a slight break while it fills up the rest of the furnace hoppers at the top. And then it drops another one in. So that is about as efficient as that can get. Furthermore, this item elevator right here goes so fast that it really can only just keep up with the stream of glass coming in here. So you watch this here. See, we've already done 2 stacks. You'll see that this thing barely even breaks stride. It's going to fill up just as fast as that thing can keep pumping out glass. So anyway, there we go. There's our industrial furnace. It's done. It's done. Well, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad at all. Okay, I can seal it up now. So let's go ahead and put some finishing touches on this, huh? Cool. And it's pumping this guy out as fast as it can go. And that's it. That's all 9. That's 9 stacks, just like that. So fast. Oh, yeah. Woohoo. Pretty awesome. Okay, I got myself a whole inventory full of sand. Pop this guy right in here. And off he goes. Now, it takes a second for it to get going because it's got to fill up all those hoppers once. But once that happens, it's going to cook them all as evenly as possible. Now, another little feature of this is, remember there's this, let's pop this open a second. There's this comparator right here that's holding that locked until they get to the end. Now, as soon as this hopper right here empties with the last set, even if the last set doesn't divide evenly by 27, when this is empty, this will turn off, and that will let all the items that have spread out in those hoppers drop down. So even when you don't have an even multiple of 27, this still fills all of the furnaces as evenly as possible. So it is about as efficient as an industrial furnace can get. The only way to improve the efficiency of this furnace would be to build 2 of them. Seriously, you can't get any more efficient with a single furnace. It's just not possible. So I want to use that glass to build some sort of a covering for each of these circles, maybe a dome. But unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode. I've got no more time this week. So, as always, guys, I'm just going to end it here. I'm going to say thanks for watching. And if you liked what you saw, please leave a like. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. We do this every week. And we will see you all again next Monday on Fog's World. Bye, guys.